Hi there. In this Creative Cloud InDesign video, we're going to take a look at how we can manipulate text. So first of all, I'm going to navigate to page 12. So I can just use my little page navigation tool here. And we have a bunch of text at the bottom of page 12. That is Latin. So this is just placeholder text. So we're going to replace it with text from a Word document. So if I click on my type tool, and click inside of any column on that page, and then go, edit, select all, or Control A works. And now I just choose File, Place. I'm going to navigate to my Creative Cloud, Lesson 2, and we have a Word document there. I'm going to click on that. I'm going to make sure I have Show Import Options selected there, as well as Replace Selected Items, and that one we don't need to worry about quite yet, and we'll choose Open. Now we have a couple of styles in here that we want to specify. So under Customize Style Import, I'm going to click on Style Mapping, and for New Paragraph Style, I'm going to click on my drop down here and just choose Sidebar Bullet List. Choose OK, and choose OK, and now the placeholder text is replaced with the text from the Word document. Next, we're going to apply an InDesign style to this text that we imported. So I'm going to go down to page 13. You can just use your hand tool if you like. Just drag down, or you can choose page 13 at the bottom. There we go. And I want to make this paragraph here subheading. So I'm going to use my type tool. I'm going to click inside of that piece of text, and then under paragraph styles, subhead. And that makes that paragraph a subheading. The next thing I'm going to do back on page 12, I'm just going to use this to navigate to page 12. And again, I'll use my hand tool to move this over. I'm going to have this text wrap around this woman's arm. So with my selection tool, I'm going to click on her arm. And just to make sure that you have just her arm selected, if you click on the Layers panel, you'll see that you have this arm image selected. If you click on the little blue square there, and I'm just going to close the layers here. Now I'm going to choose Window Text Wrapping, Text Wrap that is. I'm going to use this option, Wrap Around Object, and then for the type I'm going to use Photoshop Path. So there's a path created to cut her arm off so that we could place it in front of a text box. So I choose Photoshop Path. There's only one, and you see it wraps, and I want 0.9 selected for offset. When I hit Tab on my keyboard, you see that pushes it away from her arm a little bit. And if there's any text here, it would also be pushed away from her arm. 9 points. The next thing we're going to do is break the text up on page 13 into 3 columns instead of 2. So I'm going to navigate to page 13. I'm going to zoom into these 3 columns here so you can see. I'll just double click on my hand tool and draw a box around those 2 columns with my magnifying glass. There we go. And I'm going to use my selection tool to click on that block of text, and then under Object, Text Frame Options, for the number of columns, I'm going to enter 3. I choose OK, and now we have 3 columns. So I'm going to take this text here and break that into 2 columns as well. So if I use my type tool to select that text, everything but the heading, I'm going to have paragraph in my options or control panel selected. And then down here at the very far right, if I click on that, now it's popping off to the side outside of the video, but what I'm going to choose here is span columns. It's about halfway down, and that opens up the span columns dialog. I'm going to choose split columns, so that'll take that column I have selected, split it into 2. Choose OK. Now I'm going to do something similar, but I'm going to have this heading here span 3 columns. So basically all of the columns that follow it. So I'm going to click anywhere in cobblestones here. Click on that little menu. Again, I'm picking up span columns, roughly halfway down. And it's going to span columns, and I'm going to choose 3. And OK. So that looks very nice. So that section is basically broken up with the heading, and then the columns that belong to that section are split into 3. Now I have one more thing to do. There's a blue box that's behind this text that's not presently visible. I'm just going to turn that on, and then I'm finished with all of my text for pages 12 and 13. So if I go to layers, see we have a blue box in the text section there. You twirl that, and then if you just click on the little eyeball beside that, there's a nice blue box around that. You'll select that blue box there, and now just move it up so it's behind that paragraph. So that's importing text into placeholder text and doing a little bit of formatting via InDesign. Thanks so much for watching.